What's going on, guys, from YouTube and Twitch chat? We're going to be making a tier list for Brawlhalla today. I don't know what version of Brawl we're on. 3.58, so it's going to be tier list for Brawlhalla 3.58. We're going to be using the tier list maker. We're going to make, this one's going to be the 1v1 tier list. So, I'm going to go to the website. Where do you think Lance is on this meta? I think Lance is weird. It's weird because of the fact that it uses the way you want to play it is only using 2 moves, and because of that, it's like Lance. People think Lance is broken, but it honestly has 2 moves, and those moves are Sair and downlight, and the rest of the Nair and downlight, and the rest of the moves are very, very not good. Balance patch in 9 days. Even if the balance patch in 9 days, we're gonna have the tournament this weekend. So, and there was no balance patch in 9 days because Springs for 2s is next week also. So it's not gonna happen like that. Okay. Like always, you shouldn't be using tier lists if you aren't in top 32 of the tournament. You gotta work on some other stuff before you worry about a tier list, and then. Yeah, I'm trying to keep the tiers close here because in reality, your skill is more important than the characters in this game. So tiers are kind of close. This is A. And while I'm placing the characters, I'm also going to talk about the difficulty of the characters. What's up, Vinny? Our Pengu asked for your music that you use for YouTube, but I don't think I give a fuck, so. How'd you fight to play against Lance? You just honestly the only person that can play Lance in like that way where it's like genuinely a threat to you is Phazon and like Cosmic. So when people are telling you that it counters it, they're just literally telling you to just like do downlight over and over again, honestly. Okay, we're gonna have B. And then we're gonna have B minus here. Okay. Put a timestamp for when the video in reality, when the tier lists actually start. Will I? I don't know. I'm kind of lazy, but yeah. Okay. So right off the get-go, I'm gonna let you guys know this is my opinion and relaxing music from Donkey Kong Country series. You're muted, Vinny. Okay, so yeah. It looks like this is updated up to Volkov, meaning that Onyx is not on it, but that's completely fine because Onyx is banned from the tournament, so that's fine. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm gonna tell it like it is, guys. The best character in the game is Koji. Like, if you're a king, you're a god, you're playing perfectly, you want to be playing Koji, you know? Everything past this is like, these are the best characters, so they're all kind of good. But the best character, for sure, is definitely Koji. He has Sword, which is the best weapon, and then he has Bow, which is the second best weapon. If you're looking for, like, some specific counters to Koji, it's hard to find something that hard counters it, but Bow always has that like game against Katarza. It's hard to play, but in reality, Bow just goes even or better into every weapon, and Sword does the same. So it's really hard to find a character that beats out Koji. In terms of SIGs, he doesn't have the best, but his weapons are just so strong, and his SIGs are very okay. Like, he doesn't have insane SIGs, but he has an insane SIG and down SIG, and Sword and SIG does 30 damage, so I think Koji is definitely the best character. Moving into what goes after it is Hitori. Spear is super strong right now, and then Sword is still Sword. Hitori has more usable SIGs than Koji, and speed is broken, so having 7, which is what you're using because you should be using defense stat, is insane. And yeah. After Hitori is probably Fate, just because of Orb being what it is in Orb. Orb's very strong, even though it's not getting played for some reason. Orb's kind of scary strong. So Fate would go after Hitori. Oops, let me change this to best characters, and these characters are like super oppressive. So it's not just like, oh, they're kind of strong. No, they're like scary. You know. After that, I feel like these are like the threats. You know, like after these three, unless like someone has like an opinion on what another threat would be, but I feel like these are the threats on what like the best characters in the game right now are. I feel like there's a hammer character that goes there maybe, but I'm not sure. It's not Bodvar, but Bodvar is kind of scary too right now. No, I think this is fine. So these are the S tier characters. Koji, Hitori, Fate are very scary characters. Sigs on Koji are like okay, but his weapons are so strong. Hitori has okay weapons, and like Spear is okay, but her stats are just well too rounded right now. And then Sig on Sword can just take your stock. Fate has good weapons set and broken Sigs. So Yumiko is what I was actually gonna put next on the next level. Where is she? Okay, so Yumiko is S, right under the best characters. She's pretty close, but I feel like her Sigs on bow are just so super lackluster, and you have to be reading your opponent super hard or work for them to hit, and even then it just feels super janky. Oh. Okay, and then it's gonna get a bit more linear from here because like characters stop being super explosive and super scary. So I feel like after Yumiko, you have Bodvar, just because he has hammer and sword, and hammer's super scary right now. And then after that, you would have Thor, or someone like Thor. Bryn is probably not very high tier in ones. Bodvar, Cassidy, no, guns are kind of weak. So you don't want to, you really don't want to be playing guns in ones, to be honest with you. Okay, so Thor, kind of like thinking about what I want to put down here. I feel like I want a Lance character, but I really do feel like Lance is has a lot of counterplay. Jala, no. Petra has gauntlets. Oh, this is what I want to put. Sidra is super sleeper broken right now. Like, if you can, people pretend the new canon is weak, but it's honestly the same thing, and you should be just as scared as you were of old canon. So if you had to bring up a character, you're gonna be seeing a lot of sword characters come here back to back, because sword is kind of a freak right now. Where is Sidra? There's Sidra. So I put Sidra here. Nash is very not high. I want to put Val, but I'll put Jiro before Val. Jiro got a lot of sig buffs. Jala lost a lot from the downlight changes, but from her losing downlight and sig, but honestly, she's the same thing. Zol is better than Sidra. Zol has an axe. Sword has never been bad. Well, sword's only bad when things are super broken. Jiro serious? Yeah. Jiro's Sig's kind of kill on orange at the side of the map now. Like, there's no way you're gonna see someone actually play Jiro well if their name is not Sandstorm, but Jiro is kind of scary right now. Axe is so broken. I don't believe that. Okay, Rollin is probably the first Lance character you're going to see on this list. And if you've noticed that all the sword characters are S+, it's because sword is broken. Asuri is probably like the lowest ranking sword character because you have some characters above, like Mordex is probably up here. I want to say Core is actually in front of Mordex if you really do know how to play Core, because Core's SIGs are actually insane and he has hammer. Asuri would be low, like probably around here or here, A or A plus. Sentinel's good. He's just not. If you pick Sentinel, you probably want to use your SIGs, but they're just not scary. You know, they're just not. They're just so avoidable when you get super high up. Like you need something when you pick a SIG heavy character. You need SIGs that actually catch you. Like Fate. That's why Fate is up here, not because of her weapons. Like I wouldn't say her weapons are any better than Yumiko, but her SIGs just she comes with a set of light attacks that kill you. It's actually insane. Wushang? Val is better than Wushang. Oh, Orion goes here. Actually, it's more like this, and Orion goes here. Val has gauntlets. Okay, so we're kind of moving into A plus territory, and it's also kind of scary because at this point, all the characters are super close to each other. Diana sucks right now because her SIGs are kind of getting obvious. They're kind of getting slow. Diana's SIGs are like, oh, you reading your opponent super hard instead of just being broken, and guns are super. I'm not kidding about this guns being weak thing. Like, guns are not strong. Vrax, yeah, no. Vector. No, Vector actually does go here. His head is so big. What the fuck? You mentioned counterplaying against Lance. Can you give some examples of counterplaying against Lance? You wait for them to stare and then you dare them on almost all the weapons, or you downlight them. Or you just spot dodge the Nair, or spot dodge the There's a lot of stuff you can just spot dodge against that weapon. Zariel's around here, but kind of further back. I think Nash goes here. And then Wushang would go. And then you want to look at Zariel. All the gun characters you're going to see super low. Azoth? No. Azoth isn't very good. Okay, so this is where Val would come in. Val and Wushang are honestly interchangeable. I feel like Wushang is just a better pick. Like, I can't even explain that, but I feel like if you're going into it, you would rather pick Wushang than Val. I don't know, maybe Faison can explain it better than I do. What's the easiest legend SIG to spam? Fate side SIG on Orb. Mirage? No, Mirage is not that scary right now. Why are blasters so bad? Blasters have a dead zone, and usually that dead zone is good. Like it's you can play around it, but in the meta we have right now, where you're trying to stick to your opponent the whole time, people that are good kind of destroy blasters. So why is Jiro up there? Jiro is up there because sword is broken. All his sword 6 kill on orange on like 2, like on the ones maps that you see being picked right now, like the meta ones maps, like what's it called? Enigma is a map you can see his SIG killing on orange in. Brawlhalla, kill on orange. Best Qatar legend? Asuri probably. Or Ember. It's probably Ember over Asuri right now, honestly. And I would actually just place Ember right here because her SIGs are insane. Scarlet would go here. And then you probably want to see Isaiah or something. But It's kind of shaky. I'd put Artemis. I think Scarlet's actually better than Artemis. Aren't guns perfect to counter people that stick to you? You'd think that because you'd have to. I don't think you understand how hard it is to actually space all of guns moves. Like if you ask a gun player, it's really hard to get people away from you. Ember has guitars. Ember does have guitars, but she also has the best guitar sigs and bow with really good sigs, and bow is super strong. I think Diana would go here, and I haven't put Volkov in yet because Scythe isn't as scary as you'd remember it to be, and Axe is very not good in ones right now. So her bow sigs are 2016. Most bow characters came out in 2016 and 17, so yeah, they are. You'd rather have Vector's bow sigs, the 2019 to the 2020 ones? I don't know about that, man. Why isn't Axe good in ones? Kind of slow. They removed a lot of the pressure it had with hard dodge punishes. The only Axe character that you really should be worried about in ones right now is Jala. Feel like you can finally put Cassidy down. The thing with Cassidy is her sigs are super strong. You want to kind of like play around the fact that her sigs are super strong, but you also remember that she's 5 speed, you know, so she is kind of slow on the ground and in the air, but if you can play her on the sigs, she's not as scary as you remember. Then you'd put Barraza at the start of A. Honestly, you might even just break Cassidy off, but she has some janky stuff you can deal with her, so I'll leave her up there. Now we're really moving into like, actually, I'll put this here, and then I'll move it down. Now you're really moving into like, also Lucian is the worst character in the game, I'll just set that up for you guys right now. Now you're really moving into like a tier 0 above Cassidy, yeah, because most top players play around the fact that the SIGs are broken anyway, so... What's this? What would be good after Barraza? Oh yeah, Petra would definitely go here. This character sucks also. It's not worse than Lucian. This character is actually the worst character in the game. Fade is broken. I'm aware. Bryn. No. Mirage is better than Bryn. Is she though? No, she's not. I lied. I feel like this character is kind of scary, but she just can't kill you. And we're in a meta where you really, really want to kill your opponent, and she just can't. This character is actually scary, so I'll move her up to here with Zariel. I forgot to place her down. Algrim goes here. Zol goes here, honestly. Queen Eye is good because of her SIGs, but she's still slow. Rax got nerfed really hard within the past couple patches, so when you're looking at it, it's like it's honestly more lance than guns now. But the problem is like when you're playing Rax is if the SIGs aren't like jank, he honestly has no real way to kill you besides like what sidelight recovery on lance. So then you'd put Nyx around here. Rayman can finally go down. Ragnar can go down after, but Ragnar's kind of... Honestly, Rayman is better than Ragnar, and Ragnar's SIGs are very kind of... I don't know. Azoth would go here, and then all of these characters are kind of like not scary at all when you get to this point. Like, you're never really worried about facing any of these characters, and if you think Terrace is broken, I honestly don't know what to tell you. I don't know where Cross would go. All the gun characters are actually really bad right now. Ada is probably like one of the better ones, but she's still not very good. And then Thatch would go probably here. And Taros, the fucking Taros problem is that you don't actually see any good players playing Taros or losing a Taros because it's such a like. Taros is actually the definition of a ranked pick. Onyx is not legal for the tournament, so I can't place her, but if I could place her, she'd be on A+, because her SIGs are broken. And I'm looking if I want to move anyone around. Rollin's not S tier character, just decided. Probably like here, and then flip this to this. Move Mordex up. No, Mordex doesn't need to go up. All these characters are actually better than Mordex. Q and EU, you'll face Taros in 2700 ELO and also in top 8. Well, you just proved my point by putting EU before that, so. Is Thor not S+? No. Thor's not S+. His SIGs are got nerfed a lot, and they're not kind of disgusting. Mordex has gauntlets, exactly. Why is Thor not S+? Thor is not S+ because of what I just said. I'll take like the next 10 minutes to just answer any of chat's questions about the tier list before I move on to the next one. Thor S, but Koji S+. Koji has the two best weapons of the game. Core S, but Algrim A. Algrim is not core at all, so. Why isn't Azoth higher? His bow doesn't feel as good as the other ones. It's really like based on when you play core, when you play Azoth and you hit a sideline bow and then you do the side sig, which is what I feel like every one is like thinking, it's so like obvious in tournament that no one's gonna get hit by it in tournament. Koji is also really fun. Yeah, he's also really easy, so. How are Katars right now? I think Katars are not good right now, but they're not bad. They're just like super, you need to be so good at them to make them work. Like Wrenched, I feel like Wrenched for getting third is so good because of the fact that he fucking got third with Katars. Like you actually put so much work into your reads and your reactions on Katars right now. What's wrong with Asuri? She has no SIGs at all, honestly. Her SIG kit is like gutted. Down SIG on Katars are all you have, and that SIG doesn't even kill anymore. You have like 2 core SIGs usable. You have side SIG on gauntlets, down SIG on gauntlets, end SIG on gauntlets. Side SIG on hammer is like mediocre. End SIG on hammer is good. Down SIG on hammer is bad. So, I mean, what makes Mordex so good? Down SIG on gauntlets. Scythe being Scythe. He just has a lot of... his SIGs are good with his weapons, if that makes sense. His SIGs are really good with his weapons. Why does Hitori have S? Because Sword is really strong, and she's, like, probably the best Sword character, besides Val. Spear is really good right now. She has 2 weapons that cover each other's weaknesses, also. Kaya higher than Petra. Kaya should be higher than Petra, considering she has 2 weapons that are better than Petra's. Why are gauntlets bad? I mean, they are a string weapon, but they're a string weapon that doesn't have much reward to them, and they kind of like, they kill with downline recovery, I guess, but not scary. And A meta is different from EU, I guess. I don't play on EU, so I wouldn't know. Hitori SIG suck in your opinion? Side SIG on Sword is usable, and SIG on Sword is usable, side SIG on Spear is usable, the rest are underwhelming, I agree. How is Sidra higher than Scarlet? Because Sidra has a sword and Scarlet doesn't. Sidra also has end SIG on cannon. Algrim S. You can tell you're European when you say that. What matchup against Bo wins? None of them. They're all 50-50 or better for Bo. Like Katars are 50-50. Algrim best choose pick. I'll make a choose tier list and then we'll see what the best choose pick is. Which is the best weapon right now? Sword. What rank would Onyx be placed? If Onyx was legal, she'd be here above Zol. Probably higher than a Sari. She has, her SIGs are actually so broken. Kaya struggles to kill, so why is she that high? Kaya doesn't really struggle to kill. I don't know what that means. Her weapons both have kill confirms, downlight recovery on bow, downlight Sarah on sword, downlight recovery on sword now, and almost all the SIGs go around well. Vrock's least S tier. Oh, that is very not true. Alright. I will screenshot this one. And then it's kind of weird to make two tier lists with characters, so I'll make two tier lists with weapon. And I'll also make weapon tier lists for ones now. So yeah, that's the end of that one. And thank you for watching that one. Moving to the next.